We're going to continue to work on that. I know, last week was a short week, and we got to go through our progression fast. We got to believe in it, and he's going to continue to do that. Obviously, he's still young, but when he believes in his progression and he believes in his stroke, man, good things happen. So we're going to continue to work on that. He's going to work on it this week. He's going to work on it next week, and he's going to work on it the rest of his career. It's something that you can always play faster, no matter what year you are.
Jeremy, you kind of mentioned the short week last week. How challenging was that for you to kind of put in a full offensive game plan in the 2 or 3 days, and then also get a rookie quarterback ready? I mean, was that one of the more challenging situations you've dealt with?
I'll be the first to say it's tough, but everyone has to do it. So that's just the process that the business we're in. The guys came in, they were focused, they worked extremely hard, and we really needed to come away with a win. That didn't happen, but they're back to work this week. We're getting better, and that's how we're going to grow as an offense, as a team. We're going to continue to get better, continue to grow both wins and losses. We have 13 more weeks of doing that.
Jeremy, how challenging is it for you to get everybody involved? Obviously, everyone can't be involved every game, but getting a little bit more equitable distribution, in terms of pass catchers.
Well, a lot of it, the defense dictates it as far as personnel going into a game. What personnel matchups do we want to take advantage of? What personnel matchups give us the best opportunity? And so every week's going to be slightly different. Obviously, we want to get everyone involved. It's part of the game plan, part of, keeping the offense moving in the right direction. Sometimes you make calls and, you're expecting single safety and you get too deep and whatnot. So guys have to stay positive. You never know when, that time comes where your moment breaks out. I've been in an offense where I've told a certain receiver that he probably wasn't going to get the ball, and he ended up getting 18 or 21 catches. So, you just never know how the game's going to turn out. You just got to stay positive and believe that the next play is going to be your opportunity to make a play.
Was that Brandon Marshall?
Jeremy, in hindsight, do you think as an offense you guys should have taken more shots in the Cleveland game?
We're going to do whatever it takes to win. We can always look back and keep growing, but we came out in the third quarter and we lost a little bit of our tempo. We kind of stalled in the third quarter, and we're working on that this week. We can't do that, but at the same time, as coaches, we got to look back and see what we could have done better. Players at the same time, we're all in this together. We win together, we lose together, we grow together, we pick each other up together. So to answer your question, the way the game was going, the offensive line was handling the line of scrimmage very well in the first half, and we really believe in those guys.
How's it going in terms of the operation, getting the play in, getting the call? Because there were a couple of times you had to use timeout, not only in this game, but over the course of 3 games.
Yeah, it's been 3 games, and not making excuses, but 3 times our headsets failed us. Not throwing anyone on the bus, but the button stopped working. We've tried to correct it. Obviously, have understand that can happen anytime, especially in New England, and. But and we've come up with a system, and we tried that system in Cleveland, and we had to call a timeout. So we're still growing with that. But as far as the communication with Sam, he's extremely bright. He can spit out the plays. There are certain situations where we have wristbands when the plays are a little bit longer. So we do that. We do a little of both. But as far as getting out of the huddle, I think it's been good execution.
When you say system, you mean a backup plan for when you use the phrase system, you mean a backup plan for when?
Yeah, you have to go to signals. Because all of a sudden you get in that comfort zone of being able to communicate with the quarterback, and all of a sudden the button stops working. We got to be able to do a better job of having communication difficulty problems and doing signals.
What can you do to address the technical aspect of it? You guys, for us, we don't know, have access to that equipment for the game? Like you guys?
Yeah, we test it all the time. We test it before the game. It's just sometimes it fails. It's technology, so it's just part of the business. We got to do a better job, I agree, at having a plan when it does fail.
Did it happen in each game or just?
Happened all 3 games. And again, I'm not throwing my guy under the bus. He does a great job. Just sometimes like interference, radio interference, it's just part of the business, I guess.
Our Wi-Fi wasn't that great during the game either.
Yeah. No, I've always said it's amazing, and I don't know how to do it, but I guess you can FaceTime people in China, but our headsets go out. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Jeremy, what kind of challenge is Jalen Ramsey present?
The whole defense. This is an extremely aggressive defense. They play hard every single play. I've coached with Doug Marrone in the past. I know what kind of team he brings to the field. They're going to be hard-nosed. They're going to compete. And man, they can fly around the field. They have a great pass rush. They can stop the run, and they're really good with the pass coverage. So, like any game in the National Football League, we got to play one play at a time. We got to, stay positive and stay in manageable down and distance and take what they give us.
Do you expect Ramsey to be matched up on one receiver or kind of not?
He's done both, so you kind of got to go in just and seeing their game plan, seeing what they're going to do, seeing their coverages. That's the fun part about this league. Like every week, people have 7 days, 6 days to prepare. They see what we've been doing on tape, so you got to be able to adjust during the time of the game.
Jeremy, are you okay with being predictable if a particular play or series of plays are successful for you? You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
If you're good at something that you do, even though the defense knows it's coming, are you okay with continually doing that?
I believe if you're good at something, keep doing it. Yes.
Jumping off that kind of, Jeremy, how do you balance when you're game planning, saying this is who we are, this is what we do, versus this is what we expect from Team X, and we've got to do this to counter that? How do you kind of
We got to go in with, this is who we are, and that's going to be a continuing process. We're not going to know exactly who we are until the final, the last week. We're going to continue to grow as an offense. We're going to continue to see, different players in different positions, and so I think the offense continues to grow, and I think if you don't do that, then teams can adjust to you. So we're going to continue to feature what we're comfortable with, what we like to execute, and continue to grow with other plays.
Jeremy, before you said, when talking about your quarterback, Sam Darnold, obviously he's still young.
Mm-hmm.
Should the bar be lowered on expectations for him in this offense because he is a rookie learning on the job?
Absolutely not. Everyone's in the National Football League. This is professional business, and he would say the same. He expects a lot out of himself, and so do we.
You guys have 7 false start penalties through 3 games. That's second most in the league. What has led to that?
Yeah. Well, we talk about it all the time. Just we got to stay focused. They've happened backed up also. So we talk about it. We've discussed it. We continue to demand it in practice. But it's all about focus, concentration, and the guys get so excited about playing the play, they forget the snap count, or they get too aggressive at the snap or before the snap. So we just got to take a deep breath. We know what to do. We know our assignments. We know how to execute the plan, and just stay focused.
Has cadence played into that at all?
I don't believe so. They've been with Sam long enough, so they know how Sam, his voice, his cadence.
Robbie's only had 10 targets.
Yes.
As you know, why so little?
We've tried to get him involved, and we're going to continue to try to get him involved. He's working extremely hard, blocking in the run game. He's doing the little things, and sometimes the safeties go over the top on him. He hasn't had that game, the breakout game. You just never know when it's going to be. He's going to stay positive and keep working.
Kind of a similar question about Jermaine. He obviously has been kind of working back a little bit.
Correct.
Injury week 1, but I'm excited for you to kind of get him more involved in the offense.
Yeah, he's a team leader. Obviously, he missed the last couple weeks of preseason, but he's back. He's healthy, and we're excited to feature him some more.
When you're playing a defense like this, is it more critical to get more people involved, and is it more important to diversify because you know how tough they are?
I think you got to just stay. You got to stay within the system a little bit. You got to take care of the ball. You got to stay in manageable down and distance. You don't want to get behind the chains. So if that's passing the ball, if that's running the ball, we're going to do whatever it takes to win the game.
What have you learned about yourself in these first 3 games, and how do you think you've grown?
Just keep continuing to learn our team. we got to keep challenging ourselves every day to be positive, to keep growing. Obviously, we've had 2 games that we should have won, in my opinion, and we didn't. So we just got to look at what could take us over that hurdle. So we're going to stay positive. We're going to keep working, and we're looking forward to this game. That's the one negative of losing a Thursday night game. You got 10 days in between, and we're ready to get back on the field.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
So, questions?
Casey's the first order of business against this team, stopping Fournette.
No doubt. One, we'll attack every game plan. We're trying not to stop the run, but he is a big part of their offense. He is, he's a very talented runner and a good football player, but he really makes their offense go. He really does.
What have you seen out of Bortles in these first 3 games?
He is really doing a great job of managing their offense, doing exactly what they want him to do. They are doing a great job of staying ahead of the sticks. They have a lot of 2 to 5, very manageable third downs, and the thing about him, he can make the throws, and then when it's not there, he's making plays with his feet. So that's creating a lot of problems.
What was your response to the published report that you would have some of your play calling taken away?
I hadn't heard that until Coach's press conference yesterday, and after he answered, I think he put it to bed.
How do you go about changing momentum like the Browns had in, late in that second half? How do you stop that when it happens?
You just gotta come back and make a play. At some point in time, we just gotta make a play. As we look back at it, we just go back and at some point in time, we gotta make a play to try to stop their momentum.
I mean, obviously Jamal's comments the other day kind of about the preparing for Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor thing kind of generated a lot of attention. But just from a defensive coordinator, how often, and I guess, could you just kind of explain your approach when you build a game plan for a team starting quarterback compared to then how much time and attention you spend to the backup? Because when you're playing the Patriots, I assume you're game planning for Tom Brady, not Brian Hoyer. So just how does that work?
Right. Well, all due respect, they didn't change any plays when he came in. But from respect to Jacksonville, we're moving on. That game is last weekend. We're moving on.
How does the communication work? How does the communication work? I mean, you and Todd are both the defensive coordinators. You kind of share the job. How does that work? What's the dynamic during the game, Todd, the relationship with Todd in terms of communication about the defense during the game?
I'm talking directly to the signal caller, and that's the way it goes.
Casey, is Bortles different in these first 3 games than what you saw early last season?
No, very similar. You're still talking about a guy that led his team to the AFC Championship game. I think against the Patriots, he was passed for over 300 yards. He's making the throws, managing the game. He's outstanding in the screen game. When you press, he's outstanding throwing the deep ball. They're really, really doing a good job with their offense.
How much can you take away from the success that you had against them?
You know what? And look back and reviewing that game, and it was early. They made some. It was just a tough, hard-nosed game because there was a couple of plays in that game that the game could have won either way.
What do you think of the way Tremaine Johnson has played the first 3 games?
No, I've been very impressed with Tremaine, and the style of defense we play. We leave those guys on the island quite a bit, and he's stepped right up, and he's done everything we've asked of him.
What did you work with on long play run to kind of limit some of those holding penalties? He mentioned the one in the Dolphins that he got caught looking at the backfield, and then he felt the guy moving, tug. So obviously that's not what you're supposed to do there. But what have you worked with him on?
Well, with Mo, we just talk about, one, we play a lot of man, so those guys are handsy and they touching people. Just stay with your technique, and a lot of it is rushing coverage working together. Sometimes when you have to plaster and receivers start changing their routes, and they have to adjust. So we just got to get better technically. But
What are your assessment of his Bortles' receivers now, especially Keelan Cole?
This guy, when I look back at all the film, especially last year since our game, this guy is a big player, and a lot of their offense goes through him on the drive routes. Then he's also the one catching the deep overs and stuff. He's an outstanding receiver, and Bortles and him have really good chemistry.
How are they using Austin? Any different than you guys use?
It was kind of surprising when we had our third down report meeting. He's in certain areas, he's the leading target guy when you look. So very similar to the way we use him, if not maybe accenting him more in a lot of ways, especially in the red zone. He's a big red zone target for him as well.
You guys were able to keep Fournette largely in check last year. How were you able to do that, and how much can you use that?
Well, it's going to take that. It's going to take a lot of people getting around this guy. Having extra guys doesn't help you there because he makes the extra guy miss. You got to have 11 guys trying to get to the ball because he's a tremendous player.
Why do you think, Casey, that their offensive line is not allowed that much pressure on, or at least that many sacks on Bortles? I know last week got sacked, right. But how much of a challenge is it to get Bortles? Well,
when you get the running game going, they put you back on your heels. Then when they play action and sit back there, he has time because you're bracing for the run. So their running game sets up the pass by time because you're bracing to sit in there and play the double teams, play the scoop blocks and this and that. Then they pop up for passing. Now you got to convert and gives time. And plus those guys are really good. They do a good job.
From Leonard played had a lot of reps, but not a lot of stats. What did you think of his performance?
Well, so far what Leonard's done, we've been very pleased with the way he's been going. And like I say, the stats have come in bunches, but this guy has really, really done everything we asked of him.
Pretty good.
Thank you. See you guys.
Yes.
He'll be able to play some.
He should be if he gets up to speed.
Tom, did Pryor get hurt in practice yesterday?
Yeah, he's got a sore groin.
You said Martin would be able to play if he gets up to speed. I mean, what does he have to do to get up to speed?
Well, he's got to get in shape first. He's missed a couple of weeks now, and he's got to get back up to the things we put in. He hadn't played since preseason.
How is Marcus in terms of being in football shape? After missing so much time.
He's been running every day. I mean, he's been running for a couple of weeks now, so his shape is different. Josh hadn't been doing anything Marcus has.
I'm sorry, just on Pryor, you said, was that yesterday or today?
It was today.
Is that, you guys worried about that potentially being serious?
See how treatment goes, and then we'll see as the days go on.
Did he pull up in team drills?
He got hurt today.
Todd, how would you assess how Bortles has played these first 3 games? Is he a different player than what you saw early last year?
I don't know if he's different. I think they've expanded his role more. He's more comfortable in the offensive scheme. I mean, they can light you up in the passing game, and they can turn around and pound the ball as well. So, I mean, they have a different approach every game. Against New England, they aired it out a little bit, and they were successful. They ran the ball a lot against Tennessee, so they can hurt you in a lot of different ways. I think his command of the offense is outstanding, and he knows where to go at all times. You're not fooling him on too many things.
Do you think ultimately, though, if Fournette does play, that the basics of their offense are the same if Fournette is playing?
They're the same because Yeldon and the other one, number 30, plays an awful lot, and they play when Fournette does play, and both of them are great backs in their own right. So he brings another element. He's probably just a tad bigger and a little power, but Yeldon's a bigger back. The other one's a faster back, and they kind of run the same plays.
Jeremy mentioned that you guys had some headset difficulties. How frustrating has that been? And has that only been offensively or across the board, all your headsets in those moments?
I mean, it's part of the game. I mean, it happens every year. There's quite a few games that it happens in, so it's something you have to adjust. That's why you go with signals all the time, and you kind of move on from there. It's part of technology. It's going to be around for a long time, so that's not a big deal. We just adjust and move on.
It's been all your headsets, though. It's not just been his, it's been everybody's on the sidelines.
No, I can't say, well, he's the only signal caller, so on offense, in case he's on defense, but it happens from time to time from games here and there, but it's happened over the years, and we just adjust.
How often do you work on hand signals, Tom?
Since the spring, we work on them a lot. We have them. Every call that goes in, there's a hand signal for.
Did you have to call timeout in those scenarios? If your headset goes out, shouldn't there be some kind of provision where you don't get,
It's got to be out consistently. I mean, if the whole sideline goes out at the same time, then the other side will have to make a concession to do that. But one guy goes out and it sputters and it goes here, you just move on and you play. I mean, you don't waste timeouts doing that. They gotta have to do it, and the referees are gonna have to make that call.
It's a big character test for your team, coming off a tough loss and then having to go play one of the best teams in the league, great teams.
And I think every week for the season is a character test for us, whether we win or lose. It's a different opponent each week. It brings a different dynamic, and we just got to attack the next week. So this week is no different for us.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We should all just not tweet.
Just don't tweet when something like that is said. No, exactly.
I'm down.
No, I am right.